Hello. Hey, I can't see literally anything. Oh my goodness. Technology sucks. I'm kidding. No, it's great, but it's a lot, you know? It's a lot of fixing to do. A little annoying sometimes. But hi, how are you? If you're here, hello, how's it going? How's your Sunday? Oh my God. Let me just get things set up right here. Well, well, today we're gonna be doing a few fun things. Um, Mostly, I really wanted to focus on a few fun little mini readings, right? And we're gonna do something fun with pets because that's kind of the intention that we had set for today. But before we get started, hello Jonah. Hi, how are you? I'm glad you're here. As we're gonna get started with like a collective reading because I know that people are still kind of coming in, and this is probably something I'm gonna post or repost on YouTube. I don't know. It's gonna live there for anybody who needs to hear it, and I feel like it's a really good way to kind of ease into the energy. How are you though, Jonah? How are things going? Am I saying your name right, by the way? I hope I am. I have to like, it's the most annoying thing. I have to like make sure the chat is in the right space, and for some reason I can't see where it is. Here we go. You're good, having a chill Sunday. And I can't read. Wait. You're having a chill Sunday. Just having a chill Sunday. Hope you are good. That's great. I'm so glad. Did you have any fun plans for the weekend? Um, Also, what song are you listening to the most these days? I've been listening to a lot of Zara Larson. Um, she's just really fun. You know, Midnight Sun is a very fun album, and it's just a very fun summer vibe. So that's kind of what's on my playlist right now. But how about you? Let me drink some water. I'm also gonna have I'm gonna take a strepsil right now, or like a. I don't think that's gonna be too noisy. I hope not. Like a throat lozenge. I remembered that people have other names for this. Um, I think it's gonna be fine. But what's interesting is I've been talking about my throat nonstop during the entire stream last time and then also this time. But basically, like I don't know, I need something to relax my throat to keep speaking. It's not painful. It's just like the tail end of a sprain, if you can think of it that way. You like Zara Larson too. Awesome. Isn't she so fun? I'm loving that. Like with the pop girls, I'm so happy that people are putting on a show again these days because I feel like for a while it's been just like coffee shop music, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm always down for a lot of cinematic or theatrical masterpieces, you know? So I love the drama of Chapel Roan or like Zara Larson. Like gimme all the stuff. Um, okay. We're gonna do a little collective reading. This is just the intention is set for whatever anybody needs to hear for the perfect time or like at the right time, right place, right time message. Okay. You went on a picnic with some friends yesterday and your throat is also acting up at the moment. Oh, that sucks. You tried taking some tea. I don't know if it's gonna help. I'm saying I don't know if it's gonna help because when I was sick, like 2 months ago, and that's when it all started. Like I was sick for 2 months. No, I was sick for 1 month, and then I started recovering, but like it's still kind of the tail end, and it feels like if you sprained or injured any part of your body, and it's like like, you know, people will tell you, like, you know, take some lemon tea or whatever, and I agree, but I feel like it also doesn't help if you're just gonna get sick. So I hope that whatever you have is not what I had, and I hope that you have a much easier time with it because it was not great. Like I had to do readings like all typewritten for a while. It was annoying. But I'm gonna do a little pick a card. Good morning, Pink. How are you? Also, I don't know if I should be calling you Pink or your name, or you're fine with that. Let me know. Do a little collective in a little bit. Gosh. Pink, what's on your playlist these days? We were talking about Zara Larson, because that's like, I need something to make me feel like a bad bitch, you know? Thank you. I hope you get better soon as well. Whichever is fine. Awesome. Okay, D. I'll call you that since Spirit. That was so funny. Like, I love that segment of our reading yesterday when like we were getting the initials and Spirit showed like your name and spelled your name out. That was so cool. Um, let me go off cam for a second. I realized I'm not gonna be able to like really eat this throat lozenge. I was like, you know what? Let me not because like this is I already have enough trouble with my throat. Like I can't add another thing. There's a song called "Go Girl" by Mira J and Ray. Okay, I will. So Pink, so you're on Twitch. Like, does Twitch allow you to like play songs in the background? Because like I want to do that. Like, it's so awkward and quiet when I start stream, and it's just like me, like sucking on a lozenge, and I'm like, I should play like a song, but I was like, copyright is so weird. Like, they're not even gonna allow me to play anything probably. So I was wondering, like, do you play songs on like Twitch when you stream? Yeah, Spirit was definitely like, listen here, absolutely. That was so cool. Oh, we're gonna see more of that today because I'm doing a little bit of a charm reading for you guys today also. If you're open to that, it's a lot of fun. Excuse me. They don't like it, they'll mute your VOD. Yeah, it's so annoying, isn't it? Can't a girl can't party anymore. A girl can't shake her ass anymore on a Sunday morning. Okay. Let's do a little hi everybody, welcome everybody here. We're gonna do a little collective reading. I love how like the first I'm like just talking out of my ass and like the first thing people hear is about me shaking my ass. But like, hey, we party over here. All right. The charms are so cute to you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so non-copyright playlists. See, okay, the problem is when I think of royalty-free music, I think of spa music, so I should look into the ones that aren't spa music. Because I was like, well, I could play a playlist for you guys, but it's gonna be like spa music, aura cleansing music, which is like not bad, but like it's a Sunday. I just want to party, you know, or have fun, or at least just unwind. Okay, we're gonna get started on a collective reading first. All right. Me and all my yapping. Oh, can't even see it. Ah, here we go. Isn't that better? A little cards here. Okay. So, what do the people who are on this live stream need to hear, right? Essentially, that's our main question. We have the Ace of Swords. A lot of you have been quite stressed about opportunities that you're trying to pursue. For some of you, this could be a job opportunity. I'm actually getting the word a headache. So maybe some of you do actually literally need to take care of your health also, especially your mental health, your emotional health, but also like headache, like hydration levels. Um, but I just keep thinking like you're waiting for this new opportunity to come, and you've been waiting for something to just break through the monotony of the stress that you've been feeling. because something has been draining your energy a little bit. Maybe there have been. So mountains can sometimes symbolically be about issues or problems, especially those that take time to overcome. So some of you have been feeling like, oh, I've been trying to overcome this thing for a while, like let's say unemployment, or overcome this, um, lack of financial freedom for a while. I've been trying to overcome this stress for a while, and I've been trying to break through that barrier, but I'm just not getting anything. But this is a beautiful sign. Even the laurels. So laurels are not only are they great for spells, but laurels are also a sign of victory. So if you have bay leaves, you wanna okay. It's so funny. Okay. I love how spirit works because quite literally, I imagined myself telling you guys this exact sentence like before when I was getting ready for all of this. And I didn't know what I was going to be talking about, but I was like, bay laurel leaves. If you burn that as a little spell, all you have to do is get a single leaf, right? And you write down your goal or your manifestation on it and you burn it. Okay? But you have to be safe with it. I imagine myself telling you that you got to be safe and put it in a fireproof container because it burns very like it's like a loud burn. Even though it's like flames don't have sound, I guess, whatever. But you get what I'm saying? Like it makes a huge fire, So if you're gonna burn like bay leaves, like just make sure you're safe. But those are often used as like wish paper, essentially. You write down your wish, you burn the leaf, and your manifestation comes true. And historically speaking, they've been used to crown victors. So they've been used to crown people that win or achieve things in like, you know what I'm talking about, like let's say ancient Rome or whatever. So the point being, right, this victory that you're hoping for is coming your way. Um, for some of you, this is going to be about setting a boundary with another person. But for the most part, this is about looking into the future. This is about your next steps forward. And you have been waiting for something to clarify your next steps forward, but none of it has been clear. It hasn't felt like a clear path, right? But this is your sign that this new beginning is coming your way, that this victory is coming your way, and with it comes a path that is clear. With it comes collaboration, maybe even the help from other people. With it comes potential travel, potential opportunities, and definitely movement forward. I always love looking at the Three of Wands because the Three of Wands is kind of like, oh, you're getting somewhere. You might be going to a foreign country, you might be like just traveling for fun. You might be you're these also traditionally, right? The Three of Wands is about like when ships of merchants are leaving and then they come back and they come back bearing like abundance because they sold everything they were trying to sell, right? That's what it is. It's like the results of your hard work in the past are coming back soon and creating a lot of victory for you. Okay? Victory, clarity, and I love how this little cat has like a little what do you call this? Freaking to lifesaver, whatever it is to help them not drown. And like it just makes me think that if you've been feeling like you're drowning in responsibilities or obligations, just chill, okay? Help's coming, clarity is coming, and progress and movement forward is coming. Okay? That's your little collective reading for today. I love it. It's so cute. I love this deck. It's so adorable. But let me see, because I have, we got a little agenda here. We're professional these days. I wrote down my little agenda. Okay. Well, yeah. We're done with our little collective read. I was gonna do a little bit of a charm reading for everybody because it sounded like everybody was having a good time with that last time. So, if you want a little charm reading, right? Comment, let me know. And I will pull a few charms for you from this little bag. And we'll see what type of exciting new thing is coming your way. So let me know. Comment below, comment wherever. Jonah, like the cards are so cute with the cats, right? It's so cute. And excuse me, I figured for today, excuse me, so since we're doing a little bit of intuitive pet readings later, I figure, we'd pull out the cat cards. Yes, love the charms. Awesome. Okay, so who's first? Who wants to go first? We're talking today about like something interesting or exciting coming your way. Okay. You know what's so like I'm like bare eyelashed today. I was gonna put on like false eyelashes and I love having them on, but sometimes I'm like, especially with glasses on, it's like I can't see and flap my eyelashes. It's one or the other. Um Radhika. Okay, charm reading. Awesome. All right, so let's see. By the way, if I'm talking like slow in the chat or like comment if you want. Comment if you want a charm reading. If I'm talking a little bit slow or catching up, it's because like there's a little bit of a delay with chat, okay? Okay, Radhika. So let's see. I'm gonna grab like two charms for you. Something interesting or exciting coming your way. Okay, here we go. Apparently we're having three. Um, Let me turn down my camera first for a second. Because I have to go find that, wherever that was. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we have a thunderbolt, okay? When we think about thunderbolts, I think about sudden and unexpected things. I think about moments that are by itself exciting or just something sudden. So there's a sudden shift in the energy that could be coming your way. An example of this is like by accident, like accidentally stumbling upon an opportunity, accidentally meeting someone. Um, it actually landed by the check again side here. So I'm gonna read everything first because there's so many going like so many things are going to my mind. Um the other one here we have the bow. Whenever I think of bows, I think of like praise. I think of people giving compliments to other people. There's a connection to like one of my cards where it literally says like receiving praise or compliments from someone. So, Radhika, I feel like you're going to be receiving some sort of compliment from someone. And I feel like the way that this compliment is coming to you is very sudden. It's something where like, oh, I didn't expect this person to say something like this to me. Um, like they've never been this nice to me before, or they've never reached out to me this way, but something about this person, they're going to reach out to you in a way that's like unexpected but nice. Like a compliment, like flattery, like flirtation. There's something like I'm going to give you a little bit of a flower here. Actually, that landed around there, right? So we even see here with the purple flower, um you know what's interesting? Purple is also intuition. So I'm trying to like connect things together here. I also feel like maybe you've been feeling the vibes from this person, but you haven't really seen interactions or had interactions with them in the past. So, okay, let me lay down the example, right? Let's say there's a really cute coworker and you're like, does this person like me? I don't know. But you brush it off and you're like, who cares, right? But you've always felt a vibe, but nothing ever really happened until now. Because the bow tie here is like someone giving you a compliment or saying something that makes you feel flattered, right? Now, could this also be in a professional setting? Absolutely. It could be someone that you're like, I think my boss likes me and likes that I do my job well, but they've never said it to my face. So this could be something like that, right? And yeah, essentially, I think you're gonna pick up on this vibe when it happens. That's what the purple here is. It's gonna give you a little bit more depth to that interaction and potentially make you feel like, oh, we're close, huh? Like we're we're good vibes with each other, if that makes sense. Pink also literally can be a sign of friendship. Blue can be a sign of communication, especially navy blue. It's very like serious, very much like um the deep communication. So again, all of this like deep communication, friendship, deeper interaction. I really feel like there's something like, it makes you feel like what you're doing is worth it. Now, what's interesting is this one aligned with Sunday, this one aligned with Monday and Tuesday, so maybe in between those. And then we have B and C, maybe potentially a Capricorn also. So it could be that you're a Capricorn, this person's a Capricorn. You know, it's funny because I see you here saying, thank you for saying that you're working on your career. Capricorn is the 10th house. I often associate that with career. So quite literally, that's where that is, right? Ain't that cool? I'm not gonna promise that for every single reading it's gonna land on something. I think the beauty isn't just like, let me just drop the charms and see what they tell us. Maybe the charms are all that has something to say to you guys, but sometimes they might also give you a few details here. But yeah, I hope that helps. Remember that the BC, the initials that came up here, sometimes that's about you, sometimes that's about the person that is gonna say this to you, but it could also be a company thing, something like that, right? It could be something that signifies a situation rather than just someone's initials. My opinion when people get initials in like tarot readings is always be open, because I've had it before where it was someone's university like abbreviation, like you never know how things unfold. Okay. All right. So let's talk to Pink. Okay. What interesting or exciting thing is coming her way? Okay. See, it's funny, I was gonna get two, but apparently we'll get three. Okay. Alright. We get this one. Butterfly here. Oh. Well, now you got the pants one, which I remember that one. um okay. Let's see. So we have the red butterfly. We have the pants. This one actually turned upside down, but I'm gonna very carefully touch that. We have the pants one. We have the cloud one here. Okay. So butterflies signify change. Pants. When I think of pants, honestly, I typically think of a guy, just because um yeah, I don't know. That's typically what I think about. Doesn't have to be just about a guy, but typically it's a guy. Plus the heart in the pants, I don't know. It makes me think of something related to typically a male figure in your life. And then we have a cloud here. Okay. I wonder if you and this person in the past have had really cloudy communication, um, or just difficult communication with each other. And because with clouds, it's kind of like things are unclear between you and this person. This person could be a Pisces, or someone could have Pisces placements. Pisces also makes me think of past, H and I, but also the word hi here. So someone could be saying hi or hello from the past where things were cloudy. Maybe the month of March is relevant. Um, and also we have pants here. You're saying yup. So am I like, is this someone that you're making sense of? Um, the pants here and the heart in the pants, right? If I were you, I'd just be a little bit careful with this person, because again, this card, sorry, this charm makes me think of like, how when people say some people think with their downstairs area. So don't get me wrong. All right, it's nice to receive that type of flattery. But I think sometimes some people think with their downstairs area, and they allow their desires, especially of that nature, to kind of like, take full center stage. And so just be careful around people who act that way. And also be careful if your own desires are kind of getting in the way of something, right? Um, yes. Oh, you're saying yes. So it is making sense to you. I love that. But the pants also, right? And the butterfly here. The butterfly being here does signify change. So although there's something like a little like yes, there's flattery. It's flattering that this person may come back into your life. And I'm saying come back because it's quite literally near the X part here. I would not be surprised if either WXY ends up being relevant or an X or it's actually closer to Leo. Leo or Virgo energy could be present also. Um Definitely Saturday is being touched on here. But the problem is, right? Like, yes, there's a little bit of change. Um, Red to me signifies the root chakra. So this signifies a lot of stability necessary. So, although, yes, I see this person potentially changing from some sort of cloudy communication they had in the past, they definitely need more time to prove themselves to be stable and capable of being trusted, you know? Um, Maybe there are some, I want to say the word family ties with this person. So I don't know if it's like, let's say you have met each other through family or you're connected through some sort of a family theme, but that's the vibe that I'm getting there. Um, Red is also passion, so it's an alignment with the kind of themes we're getting at, the very spicy themes we're getting at. This is like very spicy energy coming your way, but this is also someone who has had a history of being like hot and cold, you know? So there's a lot of spicy energy coming your way soon, okay? But there's not a lot of definition yet. It will likely take time to work on and make sure that definition stays. And if I were you, I would only fully put my heart into this if I see this person putting in the work to make this stable and a long-term relationship or a long-term like interaction even. Now if you're like, well, I don't want anything stable with them either. Who cares? I'm here for my good time and fun time. But that's fine too, right? Just do whatever fits your path, right? You need that definition exactly. Like if you don't want the definition, then great. But if you do, then just be aware that this person's a little, you know, that being said, there's a little bit of spice here, you know? Like it's flattering, but also, you know, you gotta ask for more sometimes. But yeah. And then we have Jonna here. So let me see. By the way, if anybody is here and if you guys want to get your own little charm reading, comment below or comment wherever and let me know if you want one. Okay. Interesting or exciting things coming for Jonna. Oh, okay. Getting a lot in the middle. Oh, I'm getting 4. My bad. Well, I wasn't gonna get 4, but like it did lead towards 4. Girl, not the banana. Why were we just talking about that? Now we have that. No, I'm kidding. That's not the only thing it symbolizes, okay? It could be potassium, but it was just a little funny that we were just talking about the other thing. So, okay. We have a lollipop here. So lollipops, I don't know what to tell you, but lollipops, bananas here. Okay, let's think not in that way. This would be some sort of sweetness that is coming your way. This could be like buying yourself a little bit of a treat or something like, I'm gonna get my favorite food, I'm gonna go shopping and do something for myself. I'm gonna get myself something for me, self-care. That's primarily the first thing I see for you. I'm trying to see what this is without moving it too much. That's a bow as well. Okay. All right. We're not going to move that anymore. So, okay. So we have this lollipop here, right? When I think of that, again, I think of like fun times. I do think that there's a little bit of like a spicy time as well that's associated with this. And when I say spicy time, it doesn't necessarily have to just mean that. It could also just mean like a little bit of a flirtatious moment with someone or like getting to spend time with someone in a potentially romantic way or also like a little flirtation, a little compliment, a little like, you know, that type of interaction. When I think of the banana, No, I'm kidding. No, but bananas, okay, so seriously, right? Outside of just that, like bananas also are potassium. So that makes me think of like strength. That makes me think of like electrolytes. I'll tell you this, I don't know if you need to be more hydrated, and I wonder if that's quite literally what this is. If you're the type of person that gets lightheaded when like you don't drink enough water, this could quite literally be a reminder like, hey, you forgot about it, you know? Also a little bit interesting that it landed pretty much near J as well. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, but also, right? So we have the heart with a lock here, and then it points towards yes. You know what's interesting is I keep thinking like this is confirmation from spirit that we're talking about something love related. I wonder if in love you've been feeling a little bit like I'm locking my heart down, you know, like I'm closing myself off a little bit and um a little guarded sometimes when it comes to love. Enough so that it is a topic of conversation or something that guards your interactions. You have low blood pressure. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Girl, you you gotta make sure you're doing okay, all right? Electrolytes are important and all that. So yeah, when it comes to love here, there's a little bit of guarded energy here. You know what's catching my eye here is the fact that this is like pointing to yes, zero, and A. And this is making me think of like alpha and omega. So endings and new beginnings. I wonder if you went through a breakup that was like pretty relevant, or if you went through like the end of a chapter in your love life, um, and the start of a new beginning. Would you understand that? Let me drink water. Back. Oh, yes, totally. Okay, perfect. So, like I said, right, there's some sort of like endings and new beginnings here. But what's also happening is that I'm seeing the capacity for change if you're open to it. Sorry, I gotta drink more water. Uh, and what's also interesting here, oh, you know what's literally look at this, right? Here's your heart. It's very guarded. And then behind you are these like opportunities to flirt, to have fun, to have all these interesting experiences. So right now, I think you've got your back turned on people or things that could potentially be really good and fun for you. And I think that if you gave yourself a little bit of a chance, you would have a little bit more of a connection with whatever this is. Whether these are, how do I say this? Whether these are romantic interests or opportunities to just have fun, have an adventure, friendship, even, right? Because pinks are often about friendship or even just, oh, that's interesting. I was gonna say, even just soulmates type of love, but I meant it in a way where, like, you know how sometimes some people are soulmates and they love each other so much, but there's also this understanding of, like, I don't think you're my person forever, but I do love you enough, right? Or even just friends, genuine friends that you love. I think there are some people around you that want to love you, and if you opened yourself up a little bit more, you might meet even more people that you can love, right? Um, that are gonna give you those experiences, essentially. And then we have the number 56 here, or 56665. We also have Sunday here. We have Scorpio, potentially the month of November also. Um, and you know what's interesting is when I think about this bow, I'm thinking sleek and pristine. I'm thinking of someone who's like, I'm fancy. You know, I don't know if you yourself are someone that likes like luxury things or you like to get fancy or if you like for some reason it makes me think of like tuxedos, right? I like to get fancy or I like rich things. You have a past connection starting on letter A and a Scorpio. There we go. So, okay. Usually when spirit brings people up, even if it's not your most recent ex. So I've had people ask me that before, like, well, why would they talk about my boyfriend when I was like in high school? Right? And it's like, damn, I've moved on. But if you don't have a lot of relationships that you've been with in the past, or if that relationship was impactful enough, or if that relationship somehow is just a message, there's something relevant to learn, they will bring it up, right? Even if it's like the one guy you met like a few times years ago, you know? And so something about this person either is a lesson still needing to be learned, or whatever you did learn from that relationship, keep it in mind, because sometimes dealing with people now, you might have to apply those lessons in your current situation, you know? Um, but I also think that there's a lot of like people who might want to like approach you that are around, because even this like bow tie, this, I think this is the Scorpio guy. He's around. This bow tie is the Scorpio guy, and he's around and potentially lurking in your energy. Now, should you give him a chance? Not necessarily, you know. I'm just saying he's around. So there's those are the exciting and interesting things. Like I think people want to flirt with you, want to let you know that they're interested in you. But that being said, that doesn't mean you have to like let them in. They're just there. Spirit's just giving you tea of like, oh, someone's finding you a little attractive. You know? So that's so awesome. If anybody's here, if you want to participate in the charm reading, I'm reading people's charms for the next interesting or exciting thing coming their way, comment below or wherever. And I'm yeah, you know, comment. I don't know. Because after this, we're going to go into the pet readings now. And that's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. You guys have the most adorable pets. And I'm excited as hell. I can't wait. I don't know what's going to pop up, you know? Um, I also think I want a BRB, probably, because I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. Um, so if you guys are okay with that, oh Natalie wants her charm read. Natalie, I'm gonna BRB for like literally 2 minutes. Okay, my bad. So 2 minutes. I need to pee, and then I'm gonna read your charms. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, my bad. All right, Natalie, we're gonna do your charm. I'm gonna put everybody's charms back. See, this is also this is one of those times when Music could have been nice. It's for when you like RBRBing, but apparently not. Apparently not. Okay, so Natalie, what interesting or exciting thing is coming your way? All right. Okay, so we have the lipstick charm here. We have the heart charm. We have the umbrella charm here. Okay, beautiful. All right, so when I think of the umbrella charm, you know what's interesting is I wonder if you've been feeling a little bit stressed about something lately. When I think of umbrellas, I think of safety and protection. So if you've been waiting for some form of protection, let's say, let's say you're having trouble financially or having trouble with your career, and you've been waiting for something to kind of save the day or protect you from further like stress, further like frustration, just know that this thing that you're waiting for is coming. Umbrellas again represent some form of safety, something that protects you while this rainy weather is there. This could also quite literally just be telling you, hey, if your country or wherever you're from is prone to like unexpected rain, well, you know we warned you, you know? Um, but this could be again safety from something, a safety net even. So if you've been working on something financially like a safety net, just know that the safety is coming your way as well. Now, I'm seeing heart here. So whatever this is will create a lot of safety in your heart. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to do with love, but it could be strong possibility that it has to do with love as well. But I feel like it's both. I don't think it's one thing. I don't think it's only safety in love. I believe that it's also like something else is stressing you out. And there's going to be some sort of reprieve or relief that makes you feel like everything's going to be okay soon. Okay. Now, I started to hear friend. So I wonder if there's going to be some sort of an interaction with a friend coming your way that is going to make you feel like everything's going to be okay regarding something that has been troubling you. Okay. All right. So I see this pointed towards like yes and Monday. So I started thinking of that as being like potentially connected. Maybe the day Monday will end up being relevant here. Okay. When I think of Virgo here as well, I think of the things in life, excuse me, the things in life where we feel obligated to do things. Natalie, I feel like you've been overworked by certain people or certain situations or obligations. And someone's going to comfort you or make you feel better about that situation. Now, the lipstick charm here, whenever I think of that, a few things. One, this tends to indicate self care. Two, this also can indicate a little bit of like shopping therapy, retail therapy for yourself. Um, but also, this can represent like someone doing something nice for you or giving something to you that is like going to make you feel better about yourself or about a situation. Excuse me. Okay. So we also have Thursday here, where this lipstick is pointed at. We also have the initials N or O. So maybe you or this. Oh, actually, you're Natalie. So isn't that funny? You're Natalie, but someone else you could be dealing with could also have these two initials. Someone could also have Taurus energy, um, or be connected to the month of May. Okay. So, for example, let's say you have the initial N, but let's say the person that I'm talking about ends up being like Taurus energy, or there's a connection to something that happened in May. Girl, preach. You're so point. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much. And also, what's funny about Taurus energy is that Taurus energy is about possessions. It's literally about shopping, like buying things and money. So I'm willing to bet that whatever you were stressed about is money and security. Because if you think about a heart with a lock, that's quite literally security. Just so you know, things are about to get easier. But I will say, it's very tempting to go shopping. It literally says no. Okay? Don't do it yet. Because the thing is, this is the vibe of like, you want something so badly, and you're like, I deserve this. I've been working my ass off. And you do. But if you wait a little bit, something's gonna happen where either it's gonna go on sale, a friend buys it for you, or like there's extra money that comes in. That's gonna make it easier to get what you want. Okay? All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna read Manisha's charm. Okay. Manisha, I'm not taking questions right now. These are just about like interesting or exciting things coming your way. Um, but I'll read your charm anyway. I'm not taking questions right now because it's gonna be too like specific. And we have a lot of people, and we're gonna be doing pet readings soon also. Excuse me. Okay, Natalie. Oh, okay, Manisha. Interesting or exciting things coming your way. All right. Okay. All right, so we have a few initials here too. Ooh, I'm already liking. Oh, you're so welcome, Natalie. I'm already liking some of the new things that are coming through. Okay, this lollipop thing keeps on coming out. So this is like probably what, the third reading now. This has come out at. Um, okay, so we have this. So we have letter. Is it letter L and M? Letter L and M. Maybe someone has a connection to Taurus energy or the month of May. I feel like when I think of lollipops, I think of connection because it makes me think of like, oh, you know what it is? It's not connection, my bad. It makes me think of nostalgia. When I think of lollipops, I always think of like, when we were kids, right? Especially like the big swirly lollipop. I think of that, like when we were kids. So it makes me think of memories. So I feel that there's something coming your way that relates to the past and some type of nostalgia. So something like someone from the past, not necessarily love, okay? Could be because this is two hearts here, but something from the past, either connected to love, family, nostalgic moments, moments with people you care about. Maybe the letter L or M is relevant here. Well, you're Manisha, so that's a little funny. Yeah. So the Taurus and May here. Now, we also have N and O here for this blue-green charm, and it also said Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday could be Wednesday or Thursday could be potentially important days. I need to like speak a little lower, I think. My bad. Just wait. Okay. So like I said, Wednesday or Thursday could be potentially important days as well. But what's interesting here is this heart, this red heart and this blue heart. Okay? So we've got another like heart with a lock situation here. When I think about that, I think about someone who's a little bit guarded and finds it hard to trust other people. Now, either this is you, Manisha, or the person that is being talked about here, where someone finds it difficult to trust, but there's going to be an opportunity to at least talk it out, okay? Or an opportunity to at least reminisce. This doesn't mean reconciliation. This doesn't mean getting back together necessarily, but something like if you have someone that you care about and you've lost touch with that person, whether through time, conflict, or just, slowly distancing yourself from each other. It can be romantic, it can be platonic, right? There's going to be an opportunity to reminisce about the past together. Let's say it's an old friend that decides, I wonder how Manisha's doing, actually, you know? And let's say maybe it wasn't necessarily a bad, like, problem or falling out. It could have just been you and this person just, losing touch over time. But you're gonna get the chance to reconnect with each other, you know? To talk about the past, to talk about what went on, to talk about your childhoods together, or to talk about like, our history with each other. So that's the energy that I'm seeing here. And excuse me, what's interesting is this is very close to the sign of Gemini. Okay, this one's very close to Aries. Aries is beginnings, but also it's like initiative. Someone takes the initiative to reach out. Okay, Gemini is all about communication. So again, there's like potential communication with someone because someone takes the step to reach out. Okay. Um Now with this charm, this one also has planets on it. Someone here could also have a connection to either astrology, like maybe they love to look at astrology themselves, like not just horoscopes, or someone could be in a science or logic related field. So whenever I see this charm, this always makes me think of intellectual people or people who work in like STEM, like oh, science, technology, engineering, something like that. Um so someone who is on the logical side here. This could also mean that someone's way of thinking was blocking this connection from flourishing and being more warm with each other over time. But now this is going to allow you guys the chance to at least melt that away, right? So that's what I'm seeing there. Anybody else want a charm reading? I think this is probably gonna be my last charm reading unless someone uh comments, and then we're gonna go into the pet reading next. Go girl, I find it difficult to trust and I studied engineering. Hell yeah, that's so great. Thank you so much. I love that because this is like my first time using this board. I typically just kind of actually I don't know if I've ever used this officially in like one of my private readings. I typically use the charms, I use these letters, but this is my first time with this board and I'm finding so many like amazing connections from you guys. So that is so cool. Like the months, the dates, the whatever's like that's awesome. You're so welcome. I'm so happy that it's resonating with you guys. Okay. I think we're gonna get into pet readings. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's not clicking. No, it is clicking. I clicked it. I couldn't see it. Ain't that cute? But okay, before I get started, I'm gonna ask if my lovely pet moms and pet dads or whatever, like, are you guys here? Right? Because I'm gonna get your pet first. Because if someone's not here, it's a little difficult to validate the information. I don't know, maybe I'll just give them a card pull or something. But whoever's here and submitted a photo of their pet, could you please comment so that I can pull up your pet? And if this lovely, beautiful cat is your pet, tell me so that I can I can read. Um, Here, Pink is here. My lovely, beautiful pets are asleep, giving us peace for tonight. I think they're finally getting used to like, oh, mom's just working. She's got a yap for like 2 hours or something. Like, just leave her alone. It's fine. Like, go to sleep. I'm probably gonna use these little cards too, but we'll see what else I pick up on psychically as well. I'm gonna, yeah, that one's not yours. Yeah, I know. So actually, what I'm gonna do until I get the comments of others. See, I think this is yours. Jonna's here as well, right? This is yours, right? This is from memory because I actually let me look at this right now. Yeah. Um. No, no, that's correct. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay. All right. Beautiful. I love YouTube lag. Okay, I'm gonna do a reading on this beautiful baby. Now it's probably gonna go a little bit more like psychic readings, meaning how this works, right? Is that I will get either literal things, like literal visions, literal words, or a metaphor for something, right? So they might be showing me exactly what is going on physically, or they're just giving me like metaphor and vibes, right? Okay. Right, I need to zoom. Okay. So immediately, D, I keep thinking that your cat is your cat a girl cat? Regardless of whether this baby is a girl cat, I feel a sense of like very affectionate. Like I almost just want to do that already. Like I feel like I'm calling her name. I do feel like it's a her. I feel like I'm calling her name, and I feel like she's very like affectionate. I want to say like a two-syllable name. So what's interesting is I actually was thinking of like, okay, I don't know names, but like I was thinking of like Johnny or something. Yes, she is. Okay, so she is a girl. So I wonder if I'm picking up on like a two-parter or a two-syllable name. Because I hear your voice calling out to her, and then I see her little legs running. And I almost like even in that picture, I feel like she's gonna run across the room over to you because you called her name. It's two syllables. Beautiful. Okay. Um I don't know if it ends in a, like a e sound because I keep thinking like jaw knee. I don't know, something like that. But again, sometimes it's like names are tricky. So all I know is that it has two syllables, and I don't know if there's a J. Someone is relevant that has a J, or there's an E sound. Well, I know you're D, so maybe, but I don't know. Or it could be a nickname as well. So let me think for a sec. Her energy definitely feels like mommy, like you're my mommy. So it's very much daughter energy. And I say that to make a distinction because some people have cats or, pets that are like roommate energy. Yours is very much daughter energy. There are two E's in her name. Okay, that's what it is. Beautiful. Okay. And I'm hearing the purrs. The loudest purrs ever as well. Um, D, I do know this about you because I've read you before, right? But I don't know anything about your cat. But I know you have a son, right? Um, but what's interesting is she your only pet? Because I almost want to say something like she enjoys being the only child, but clearly there's not because I know you do have a child. So it gives me the feeling of like I enjoy being the only cat or I enjoy being the only girl. Um, because I feel like there's something like she likes to be the special one also. Um, I wouldn't say that she runs the house. Like maybe she does, but like it's still a very soft energy. She doesn't give me the vibe of like commanding presence. It's more like I'm like the princess and people adjust for me. Like they love to yeah, she's a spoiled princess. She's my only pet. Is she the only girl or is there something about like she likes being treated like preferential treatment, which I guess we all kind of want that. Now I'm seeing her also like curled up, but you're like hugging her. That makes sense though because of her interactions with your son. Awesome. Okay, I'm seeing her curled up and someone hugging her, and the feeling is like I'm just going to curl up on top of you. or on top of whoever this is. Like she's in her little C curl, and I'm just gonna hug her like that, you know? That's what I see from her. And she loves to cuddle. She's such an affectionate cat. Would you understand that also? I gotta be honest, I think she likes, she genuinely likes being the center of attention. And I don't know if it's something to do with like whoever the other pet is in the house. It's like, no, I like being the special one. So, you know, she's talking about that a little bit. So let me see what I get. Um, you said there's another in the house. The other in the house, is it a dog by any chance? And whatever it is also small. I don't feel like it's giving closer to her size rather than closer to like a German Shepherd. I'm really bad with breeds and this like I will we'll see, right? We'll see if I get them right more and more, but typically I get breeds wrong if they're coming through because I think that spirit likes to come through in metaphors for me when it comes to breeds. So this other pet in the house gives me the vibe of a Yorkie. So I don't know if it's actually a Yorkie or if it's like the vibe of a Yorkie. But I wonder if it's like I don't know if it means that like oh the Yorkie vibe could either be like loud barks or loud energy or something like the hair or the fur is similar. That's the energy I get. By the way, you're so welcome to tell me if it's like that's not making sense. If you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, because what helps me is if I can clarify what they're talking about as well. It's a cat. Okay. So that's okay. Because I keep thinking, is it also like a small cat? Actually, I wonder, can you understand why she might be showing me a Yorkie as a symbol for this cat? The Empress reverse. I don't, it's not that she doesn't like this cat. It's that I think, I don't know if she just likes to be the queen, kinda. Like, or like, I like to be the favorite. I don't know how to explain it. Um, because it's interesting. So what I got, the two cards that I got, the Two of Wands in reverse and the Empress reverse. Quite literally, when I was thinking of that, I was like, sometimes we don't get along. Like this other pet in the house, sometimes we don't get along. And it's not bad. It's just like sometimes we don't get along, you know? Oh, your grandma had a Yorkie mix. That's very specific. So I think the Yorkie is coming through then. She's mean to the other cat. Okay, so okay, because like I love that because that's so spirit. Okay, perfect. So spirit was being like, "Girl, trust the universe," because I could have said quite literally any breed, but it was like a Yorkie mix. Perfect. Okay. Um. So I think what's going on is that I'm picking up on her energy towards the other cat, and she's a little mean to the other cat. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm picking up on this Yorkie in the spirit world. And give me one thing, please. Why do I want to say the name Abigail? Would you understand someone by the name of Abigail or like a Gail or even Abby? someone who's got like a nickname like that, or it could be a human's name as well. That's okay. You can keep it in mind, okay? Not familiar. That's okay. So I started thinking of Abigail. Just keep it in mind because it could be a similar sounding name, right? Um, when I think of Abigail, I think of my cousin, and that's about it. You know, I think of my cousin. I think of Summers. Um, so I don't know if there's something connected to that. I also think mom's side of the family. So is your grandma on the mom side of the family that had the Yorkie? Oh, I think this is. I know what's going on. So, um, I feel like spirit's trying to come through. So, what I'm gonna do is not your mom's side. Okay. There's something to this, but I can't figure it out right now. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the Yorkie and I'm gonna see if there's just one message for you or your grandma or about your grandma. Two things. I started thinking of tobacco. So I don't know if someone smokes or smoked. And I started thinking of a flower, and it's a light colored flower. So it makes me think of yellows or whites. So excuse me. But I'm also thinking that I'm in the garden. So I don't know if like this particular Yorkie loved to play in their specific backyard. Um, and the flower that I'm seeing has like round-ish petals. Like, not like a rose at all, you know? So that's like the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if that's like an orchid or something. To me, it looks like a gumamela. So Gumamela. But I just saw that. Um, but yeah, I'm going to like kind of just send you with that for now. You can confirm things as time passes because I feel like it's a little harder to confirm all the information coming through also. And I really think there's something to do with like Abigail, but like again, maybe it's something that sounds like Abigail or even like Gail, you know? Uh the other thing, now that I'm talking about it, now I started thinking, what if I misheard it and it was like someone saying baby girl? Wait, this Yorkie, was it a girl dog as well? Let me think on that. Absolutely. I'm also seeing a white. I feel like this dog, this Yorkie, loved to chase birds also. Baby girl is what you call your cat. Okay, okay. Where are we now? So, so it appears, right? Like I'm trying. Okay, so I wonder, would you understand something about the yellow or white flower and something like a backyard? Because I was gonna say that someone likes to chase birds And I wonder if that's your cat now, and if I've gone back to your cat from the Yorkie, and if it's like, oh, like your cat, there was a time when they did chase down a bird, like a particular, because there's something about a bird, and it's on the ground. So I feel like something like that could have happened. And so what's funny is now I'm recognizing that like perhaps what was happening with the energy was that, you know, dog kind of came through a little bit, or they talked about the dog, and they don't have to know each other in this lifetime to talk about, you know, those in spirit. There is a cat that killed a bird a couple of days ago. Oh, I know what's going on. Your cat is telling me tea. Your cat's like communicating with me and being like, so there's this dog that died, and then I have someone in I have another cat at home. I don't like that cat very much right now. I don't, because I don't think it's all the time. Like the other cat, your cat doesn't not like them all the time. It's just like sometimes they get into fights, you know? And then she's like, "Oh yeah, and there was another cat that killed a bird a few days ago." That's so funny. They're just like giving me tea, apparently. I was like, "Girl, what are you telling me?" And then, well, that's it. You get it's like if you gave them the chance to talk, what actually would they say? Well, there you go, and now we know. So that's a little funny because it's like everything was kind of like made sense, but she was narrating a whole story, which tells you that she's pretty talkative. Um, Such a gossip, right? It's so funny. She is such a gossip. Okay, let me do some more, just a little reading on like if there's anything she wants to tell you a little bit more. The world card being here. Yeah, exactly. She likes to be the center of the world, kinda. Look at this, it's a bird. This is another cat. This is mommy. This could be someone who's a Taurus, but you know, you get the idea. She likes to be the center of the world. The world, like I was saying earlier that she's not queen energy, but she kind of is actually. Like she's not mean all the time. She's actually really, really loving and affectionate. But she is a queen when she needs to be. You know, get shit done. um. Okay. What's your personality? Three of Pentacles here. I think that she likes to be in collaboration with people. She likes to kind of do things together. So what's funny is I was actually getting a vision of her, like almost like you and your son game, and then she's just chilling in the room? Because I want to say something like she just wants to be involved. Like she just wants to be there too. I just want to be next to you guys. I don't know. It's almost like, oh, like you guys are on computers or something, and then I just want to be on like the desk. I just want to be on a chair somewhere. And that's like, you know, mostly what she wants. Like, she doesn't want too much. I'm just gonna be honest with you, okay? You don't have to do anything about this. But I'm just gonna be honest with you that this is giving off the vibes that she really doesn't like the other cat right now. Like, I was like, what can we do for you? Like, you know, what can we do for you? What do you want? And it's like, I don't like the other cat right now. Or if it's not the other house cat, it could be like other cats in the neighborhood. Cause the Five of Swords is kinda okay, well we can't do that. So what can we do? You know? um she's a little sassy. Now she's showing me her true self. She's being a little sassy. The Lover's card reverse. Is what was this other cat? Is this other cat like connected to a boyfriend, for example, or like a roommate or something? Because this is giving off the vibe of like, well, you might as well break up with like you know, get again, it's just a joke. I don't think, not necessarily a joke, but you know, we're not gonna get rid of the other cat just because of that. But would you understand why the Lover's card is in reverse here? She hates the outside cat. He's the one who killed the bird. Oh, that's why she was gossiping about that one. She doesn't like that one at all. She's being so funny. But I wonder if it's something to do with like we need to be split up or something. Like someone needs to go away or be split up so I can be the queen empress, right? Um, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm. I feel like. So can I have your cat's name at this stage? And I would like to try and telepathically communicate or see if I can tell her like, hey, chill, kind of. Hey, you gotta chill. You know? The Emperor. There's something about like, are you in like a relationship right now? Because this is Emperor and Empress. There's a guy that's been coming around. Her name is Erin. Oh, okay. I'm going to shut up then. I'm joking. Okay, no, but I don't think that's what it is. Maybe, but like it could be that she just doesn't trust, but it's like a new person energy, like, oh, I don't trust because it's new people. But I think she's talking much more about the cat, like whoever the other house cat is, or the cat's outside. Um, the Wheel of Fortune reverse. I can't do anything about the house cat. Nine of Swords in reverse. I think she's a little careful around the guy, you know? Like apprehensive. This is not equating to hate. It's like, I just don't know you enough yet. I'm being careful. Or does the guy sometimes do things that she would find unruly? Because look at this. Like this is someone mopping up mess. So something like someone has to be careful around the mess. It's not like. I also didn't the dislike, I don't think is about the guy. I think it's about the other cats. Especially if there's a boy cat. The one that killed the bird, was that a boy cat also? The guy and you have a history. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe if she's heard you, like, let's say there was a disagreement or something, maybe she just doesn't like it, you know? Um, but yeah. I don't think it's anything bad, by the way. You don't have to panic, all right? I don't think it's anything bad. I don't think that she hates the house cat. She has her moods. The boy cat kills things. But the boy cat, that's not the house cat. The other one, right? The boy cat is an outside cat. Or is that the one that lives in the house also? Times. But that makes sense. I'm glad that it's like making sense a little bit that like the bird thing was something because that's like, oh, where'd that come from? The boy cat is an outside stray that just started coming around. Okay. All right. So I don't think she likes that cat very much, you know, because again, the bird, like she talked about it. So it was very like, and also the reason I'm saying that is because the emperor and the empress are here. Like we're not on the same page about things. Actually, if you think about it, look at the emperor here. It's got a lot of like dead like rodents and all that. So again, it makes me think she doesn't like the boy cat for that reason. She's like, "Girl, I like my house pristine. I don't like the mess and all that." Now, I think that with your relationship, I think for the most part it's fine. Just like with any other like your guide animals, right? Or your soul animals. They care about you. They just want you to be okay. And that's about it. You don't have to worry about the relationship aspect of that. But I do think that the boy cat, she's just like, girl, I want nothing to do with that boy, or I want to be apart from that boy. I also think that like a part of this is like maybe she gets into fights with that boy cat. So, because this reminds me of like when cats just kind of like scream at each other. But that's about it. That's all she wanted to talk about. I was thinking it was gonna be about food, you know. Maybe she wanted some sort of like cat food or whatever. She was like, no, I just don't like the boy cat that kills birds. She's like, I don't know, it makes a mess in the garden. I just kind of wanted to chase flowers and whatever and do all that, and he's doing the most, you know? She just complaining about the boy cat. It was so funny. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me practice. She screams at him and tries to fight him through the glass. Yeah. Yep. She's just setting her boundaries, you know? And I wonder also the Nine of Wands about being careful earlier. I wonder if that was also a part of it, which is like her kind of saying like, oh, like he's kind of a lot. He's kind of unruly, you know, and like it's a lot. Um, yeah. I don't think they care so much about human interactions unless it really truly got in the way. You're so welcome. I'm so glad. Donna, are you still here? I'm gonna look at my stuff's gonna pause a little bit, but I'm still here. Okay, I can see your cat. Um, let me just. So you're gonna go thank her now too? Do they actually understand us when we talk to them? Yes. Hmm. I believe so. I think at the very least, they understand the emotion of what you say. I also feel like context clues, they get it. Um, sorry, let me just pull up the picture. Ah, but yes, I do believe that they understand when we talk to them. So cute. Okay, I was actually I'm gonna ask Spirit as well. So my question to Spirit is like, how can we talk to them better so that they do understand? The Four of Wands is here. That's all about harmony. The Knight of Swords in reverse, don't overthink it. So it's kind of like when you're on the same page as your cat, or when you're like, how do I explain this? It's not even on the same page. It's just like when you guys have harmonious vibes, it's a lot easier. Sorry. Okay. So what's going on is they're showing me this image of like data transferring between two devices. And if we're connected, then the data transferring between two devices is a lot easier. I'm hearing dreams. I might dream about the same things that you're dreaming about. Not entirely, but we might have similar thoughts or dreams. So I think you can communicate with them with your thoughts, and you can use your words because it's easier for us as humans. But something like the connectedness that I'm talking about is just spending time with your cat. When you're more present and in the moment, you ask them questions, you're like, when you're playing with them, you're really there. You're not just like doom scrolling or like, ignoring. It's like just be present and in the moment. When you're doing this, you put yourselves on the same vibration and the same page. Therefore, the data transference is a lot easier. The Knight of Swords is like, don't overthink it, because the more you get into your logical head, the less you're communicating with your intuition. You know? I'm also here, it takes one to know one. And essentially, if okay, if ooh, if you're willing, if you're willing to talk, you also got to be willing to listen. If they're willing to talk, they're also going to be willing to listen. So something like when they show you things, pay attention to that, because then it's motivating them to communicate with you more, you know? If your cat is like trying to show you like, oh my bowl, needs uh new food or whatever, then listen to that because it communicates to them that like I'm gonna listen to you if you show me stuff. So show me more stuff. So yes, I believe they understand when we talk to them because the thought transference is there. The data is transferring. We're like we're in each other's vibes and aura and energy. And here's the thing. We as humans, we try to decipher between psychic versus logic all the time. They don't. They're purely instinctive. So all of these things they're just taking as fact and reality, the energy they're picking up on. Versus us, when we all get psychic images, we doubt it and we think, ah, like that must not be true. You know? I hope that makes sense. But I love these, and I really appreciate you asking that question because um, I think that's what the most important part of like stream is. Like that's what I love about it is like if you guys ask me questions like that, then I can give you the answers because when I'm doing readings, I'm not really thinking about that because we're probably talking career, we're probably talking love, but when you guys kind of ask me those things, then it challenges me to ask spirit, okay, what do I say to them? Right? And then it reinforces like the lessons that they're trying to communicate. So yeah. Jonna, are you still here? Hey girl, hey. Maybe she's not. If someone else is here as well and wants their pet read, let me know in the chat. Thank you for explaining that. Yes, hey girl, awesome. Okay, I have your cat here on the screen. And I love your cat. I adore your cat. I love the ears. So adorable. This reminds me a little bit of my cat. They're asleep right now. I can't even. This is unfair. I can't even show them on stream. They like every time if I'm having a Zoom reading, they run. They they scale the cabinets. And right now, I actually could do show and tell with one of my babies, and they can't because they're asleep, and I'm not about to wake them up because this is peaceful. You know? Damn, okay, it's fine. But your cat is so adorable. Okay, so let me see what I get about your baby cat. Oh my gosh, I just noticed your cat has like the little whatever it's called, like the thumbs. Cute, like the big paws and the thumbs. Okay. Oh my gosh, does your cat so Jonna, does your cat do the little chirping sounds by any chance? And so, okay, the image that was shown to me is like, "Vroom," like when they say, "Vroom, vroom," and then they're like biting a blanket or bringing a stuffed toy, something like, I wonder, I can't tell, and I'm not gonna guarantee that I can always tell if it's a boy cat or a girl cat, but I keep wanting to say he. Is your cat a boy cat? Sorry if I got it wrong. But like I'm getting the image of like your cat's bringing something in their mouth or biting something and then like I want to make biscuits and then I want to say like "Rrr, rrr." So the chirping sounds are there. So I wonder if your cat likes to trill and do the chirping sounds a lot. Um and I wanted to say the words tiger cub and like just a baby. He is a boy. Okay, beautiful. So okay. And then I'm seeing him like leaping on top of things. Does he like to stay on top of like the refrigerator or something like from that height? Because I feel like I just sorry, I feel like I just made a noise by you know, pouncing with my big paws on top of something, and I feel like it's dark colored. So something like the counter is dark colored, or the shelves or something is dark colored, or the refrigerator is. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. I heard someone say meow meow. So I don't know if it's like that, like he had okay, two things. Either he has a very pronounced meow, or do you say meow meow to him, or does someone say meow meow to him when they're petting him? Because I want to say something like meow meow. And it's like a very loud meow too, very clear meow. And and what's interesting is he's showing me someone. I think someone works in like either the medical field, or he's showing me the vet, because there's something like when the nurses have like the nurses uniform. So I don't know if he's talking about the vet, or if someone works at that. Okay, let me see. Another picture of him you were thinking of sending is him in the kitchen counter. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so yes, he has quite a unique voice. I love that. He's so cute. He's a handsome boy. He has always thought of himself as a baby, and he still thinks of himself as a baby. And I think sees himself as your baby. Like, and again, it's like a little tiger cub, a little tiger cub. But so that makes me think that he thinks of himself as a jungle cat, because that's how he refers to himself, you know? Okay. But I keep seeing like a vet's office or something like that, like a either a vet's office or a nurse office. Like, I don't know what that's referring to, but going back to that. So from what I'm learning with Dee's reading, it seems sometimes what's happening is the cats are spilling tea, and I just have to like go with it. I just have to hear whatever story they're trying to say. You always call him your baby. Ah, I love that. Would you understand the connection to like medical? Because why is he showing me someone in like a nurse's uniform? When I think of nurse's uniform, so this could also be like from his past. Like if he was adopted as like a foster, or like or adopted somewhere, or but specifically what I was seeing was someone in like a nurse's uniform, and either it's medical specifically or it's vet. And I feel like it's vet because I'm looking at her, like this person in the nurse's uniform. I'm looking at her outfit, and it feels like there's animals on it. It's like a lot of designs. So I don't know if maybe he spent like, yes, the vet makes sense, especially in the way you found him. Oh, so he's talking about that. Okay. Um, so I wonder what he's showing me here, and if maybe this refers to how you found him. But like, I see dirt. I see something that goes like this. So like, I want to say the word burrow, but something like a deeper area, dirt. And then I feel like I'm pulling him a little bit, but like by the arm. So I wonder if it's something like you kind of had to pull him like that, or maybe it's the act of rescue or getting him from somewhere, because maybe he was deep somewhere. Would you understand that? Also funny how he sees himself as a tiger related to that. Yeah. But he's giving Simba vibes for sure. Like um and actually as you're talking about that, now I'm thinking like I wanna be a mighty king. So like I just can't wait to be king. Like I'm hearing that song now. Um and I'm just thinking of like I just can't wait to be king. Um yeah, let me think for a sec. I feel like so what's interesting is I keep going back to this like scene of like the Lion King where the monkey like Rafiki raises up Simba in the sky. And I don't know if there's something specific about that, but like I'm raising him up to the sky. Or if someone does that to him, like during playtime. Like does someone raise him up in the air? Like, oh, this is a little baby, I'm raising him up in the air. Um, but what's interesting is I was wondering, I don't know, I could be wrong about this. I was wondering if there are other pets in the house. Um, I feel like there are. The star. I feel like there are. But like maybe he's the center of attention, so maybe other pets are like more transient. Would you understand that? Yes, there are other pets. Would they happen to be larger than him? There's also a lot of other people, I feel like. So, to give you context, Jonna, for some reason, I'm thinking there's a child around him also. I think there's a dog around him, at least one. And I feel like if it's not a dog, it's definitely like a bigger animal. And the other one is, I feel like a child. Like, or he's talking about a child, talking about someone's child. I want to say he's talking about someone's son. Would you understand where that could be? Like, is there a little boy or just a little child? Sometimes, it's hard to be like it's a boy, it's a girl. Um, but there's youthful energy around him also that isn't just a pet. Ah, so I wonder, so to kind of give you context, the dogs, I see them as dogs, right? But the creatures around him that I'm seeing are furry. Like in comparison to him in this photo, he looks a little more short-haired. So would you understand why I'm seeing the impression of longer hair around him, possibly even white hair? And are those the other cats? Not any kids, just pets. I wonder if he's played with someone before, like not necessarily regularly, could be like a neighbor kid or like, oh, like someone's like niece or nephew, but there feels like the connection to like, okay, let me think on that. There is one other long-haired cat around. Okay, so that makes sense to me because I was just seeing like long hair around him. And it's funny because he really feels to me like he thinks of himself as like he's so tiny. And I don't know if that will translate itself as like he tries to fit into spaces and he has no concept of like you don't fit, like you're too big for this space, but he can't understand that, like because all he's thinking about is like I'm tiny though, like I'm a baby, like which I wonder if you understand that. So I'm trying to see. Or I wonder, the other thing, if there's really no kids, I wonder if he thinks of himself as like your genuine child. I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds so funny. Like, I think it's too, I really feel like, hmm, that's so funny. He tries to open everything. Yeah, because he thinks he can fit. Keep in mind what I said about the child. It might make more sense later on. Or it could be something that's happening in the future, you know, like I'm thinking past present. Who knows if it's like, oh yeah, like next week we end up meeting someone and a child tries to pet him, or I don't know, right? But there's something about a child there, and the vibe is just something like um two things. One, I heard brother, but also the other thing is he sees himself as your child or as a child. Like I'm one of you. So so what's funny is my dog sees himself as a cat. I don't think he has a concept of like you're a dog. Like he probably knows now, but at the same time he's like, "No, but these are my people." Like we got those at home. You know, so that's the vibe I get from him. Is like he sees himself as a child, and he's we've talked so much about the tiger cub energy already, so I think it's kind of referencing that also. Um, okay, let me see if there's something he would like to say in particular or talk about. Okay. Um, his personality. Yeah, so that's what's interesting is that the Six of Wands is a little bit of insecurity. You know, and I'm not, it's not a bad thing, it's just like, again, the like what you said here of like he's a little submissive, that's quite literally the Six of Wands in reverse. If he and other cats are fighting, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna let you handle that, it's fine. All right, fine, it's okay. I would rather not like engage in this paw fight, you know. um it's almost like letting other cats win is the vibe here. The Six of Wands in reverse as well. I also just see that as like almost like I'm good on my own, it's fine. He's a very chill cat, I feel like. How we found him. What do you say? How we found him, he was hiding in a train full of goods. Ah, he had traveled for a long time without anyone noticing, so he was very weak. Maybe he had been around kids before going on the train. Oh, that's sad. No wonder because I kept thinking it was like dark. Something was deep and dark or underneath things, which makes a lot of sense. Um, yeah. And almost like there's not a lot of sunlight. Something about it just felt like it was really dark. But also, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to be stubborn about this. And when I have to be stubborn about it, it's because something is sticking out to me. I don't think it's before. I think it's around the time that he's already met you. I wonder, for example, if there was maybe I'm thinking it's a child, but I wonder if there was a man that raised him up to the sky ceiling, like again, Lion King style, because I definitely feel it's like a boy or masculine energy, but something like someone raised him up like that, and he remembers that moment. Okay, so I'll have to be stubborn about it. So sorry, but I think it's because like it'll make sense eventually. I feel. But that being said, like that's so sad. I'm glad you guys found him. You know, he's definitely a lot happier with you guys. I think he's someone that like loves to live a chill life. And I think, you know, life could have been a lot different if he wasn't able to be around you guys. Girl, do you foster cats, Donna? For some reason. Or is that something you've been thinking about doing also? For some reason, my brain went to that. I also want to say, so I asked him, like, what do you want from your mom? And the Two of Wands here is connection, you know? I think he just likes to spend a lot of time with you. He's a very, in my, like, what I sense from him, I feel him to be like a very clingy boy. It's like, I just want to be around you. So I think like Two of Wands is kind of like, could be a little bit of travel or exploration, but also just connection. Yes, you're active in rescuing cats in your area. Oh, so what's funny? Okay, I don't know if this makes sense, but like when I was asking, like, are there other animals in the house? That's what I was trying to say. That it felt like, it felt like the energy was like transient. That's why I was like, it's very focused on him. And even if there were other animals, they were there and they were gone. It's like not really a focus. That being said, like, yeah, like I still feel that a part of the what we were saying earlier was your other cats also. But it's so interesting. Yeah, like he brought that up also that like it's like a revolving door, right? Like he sees a lot come in and out. Um, but also I think he just misses you sometimes. He likes to spend time with you. Um, this could be a particular ledge or window that overlooks something. If there is some sort of water and plants around you guys, maybe he likes looking at that or looking at the sky with you. Um, I also feel like, oh, I want my own post or something. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I think he just likes having his own spots because I feel like sometimes others steal spots from him or something like, I just kind of bow out. I don't want to fight. So the others kind of steal spots from him and he's like, okay, it's fine. You can have that spot. So I think if he was able to have his own little spot that is like a post or something a little higher, maybe that overlooks something, he would be happy. If he has one already, maybe it's like if you see that the cats are kind of having their little struggle, maybe you can kind of give him the win sometimes, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, Knight of Pentacles, what can be done about it? Yeah, I think he kind of just needs a little, excuse me, a little help sometimes. Because again, he's more of like the very patient boy around his siblings, you know? I don't know if he's also like, nah, I'm good here. Like again, very content. He's very chill. Or sometimes if he takes his time or kind of slows down. Yes, that makes sense. He's very chill, so he just lets everyone do what they want. That makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like slow and steady wins the race. That's what this card's energy is. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm just going with the flow. It is what it is. So like he's not rushing to do anything. Oh, everybody else got a treat already? Okay, all right, I'm good. Like he wants it, but he's not gonna fight everybody to get it. So it's really funny. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for letting me practice, Jonna. Um, okay, let me check something for a sec, okay? Yeah, super cute, right, Kristen? Um, CS, CSC. I'm not doing an update on Lisa because I already did one on her recently, but I am going to be reading Rosé after this, I think. Where's my schedule? Yeah, that's kind of it. So, anybody else want their pet read? I'm gonna wait for a few minutes, but I think like because I don't really like if anybody here sent me a photo on Instagram already, let me know and I'll read for your pet. And if not, I'll do a quick read on Rosé from BLACKPINK because she's the only one I'm missing from that set. But thank you everyone so much for coming through tonight. I had so much fun. We did some charm readings. His name is Kim because when we found him, nobody if knew if he was a boy or a girl. That's so funny because I had a little bit of trouble too. I was like, is he a boy or a girl? But I was getting more like he. Like I was hearing someone say he. Aw. He's such a again, every time oh my gosh, that's what it is. No wonder every time I thought of him, I kept wanting to say he's a cub, he's a cub. And I'm like that K sound was coming through. Oh, Kristen. Kristen, you did send me one. Wait. Because I probably already received it, but I don't. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I do have yours. Um, browse. This is your cat, right? You're so welcome, Jonah. And pink, right? It's so much fun. They're so adorable. I love how like the personality shift. Um, because Pink's cat was like, I'm gonna spill gossip on everybody. And then Jonah's cat was like, I don't know, I'm chill. My siblings were always like fighting me to get my spot, but I'm just chill. That's so cute. All right, Kristen, I'm gonna read for your cat. You know what's funny? So I also have a very white cat that looks a lot like that I'm not gonna wake up because again, we're trying to minimize distractions for now, but I got my little baby too. Um, okay, Kristen, so let's see. Um, so I don't know if it's just because I'm looking at the picture, but I wanna chew all of a sudden. So like I'm feeling a sensation here and I wanna chew. Kristen, does your cat Oh, okay. Your cat's big. Okay? Same. My cat's big too. The reason I'm saying that is because I immediately see your baby cat chewing. And I'm like, I'm just chewing on something. Like I'm chewing on like cat food all of a sudden. And I feel like the vibe that they're giving me is when cats do this thing where they're trying to eat so much kibbles, like so many kibbles at once. And it's like, girl, you can't fit all of that in your mouth. But they're trying to. Would you understand this about your cat? Like, it's like I'm trying to scarf down food. Um, okay. I feel like your cat, this is a boy cat. Or no? Am I wrong? Which that's okay. Like I know it's like high stakes, right? Boy or boy or girl cat. But um what I feel with this cat feels more like a boy energy to me. Um and I really feel like yes, he loves food. He also chews on plastic. My white cat chews on plastic. Oh, you have a catnip plant. I quite literally like you know those like okay, in my country sometimes they have like plastic straws and it's like wrapped in plastic. And I cannot leave that original plastic around because years ago, when she was younger, she saw that plastic wrapper and she started chewing on it. And chewing on it is fine, right? Chewing on it is fine. I turn around and then I look back and it's like half of it she's trying to swallow. Girl, giving me heart problems for nothing, like making me fucking terrified for nothing. Oh my god, like it's like she likes to chew on plastic, but she'll try to swallow it. It's like it's terrifying because I'm like, girl, that's gonna like it's probably fine. She'll probably pass it, but like that's not the point. The point is, hey, you got food. But the catnip plan is a good idea. So, okay, but what's interesting is I wasn't gonna go into health stuff, but is there something particular about his teeth? Because I keep thinking I'm so focused on this area for him. I don't know if it means there's something specific about this area or something about his teeth. Like it reminds me of if like, oh, he doesn't have front teeth anymore or he doesn't have like his big teeth anymore, so that's why he scarfs down food like that. Like, you know? Would you understand this? I also hear an R sound. Um, but I don't know. Well, you're Kristen. I have two things that are coming to mind. Um, and with names, it's always tricky, so I'm gonna be for real with you. I don't think I can guarantee that, right? But sometimes it's the sound, so something like sounds like. But I have two things, which is like one is it's making me hear an R sound, and then the other one, it's making me think of like the name Simon. So I wonder if it's not him, if it's people around him or you that connect to that type of a name. As far as I know, he doesn't have teeth issues, but I also haven't taken him to a vet recently. Okay, let me think for a second, you know? I think it doesn't feel. Oh, okay. I have to ask, Kristen, do you also have other pets? I really feel like someone has no teeth. Who is this? Someone has no teeth, and I don't know if maybe your cat, if he's talking about another pet he encountered, or even in the spirit world, because we did have something like that earlier. But someone has no teeth, and he's talking about that. And I think that's a very specific thing. It's Carson. Ah, so it is Carson. Awesome. That makes me so happy because I said Simon, so that's the O-N. And then Carson is so cool. That's the R name. Beautiful. Yeah, I really wonder where the teeth thing is coming through. Two dogs. Do they have issues with their teeth? Or like, is one of them like a senior dog and like already had teeth removed? Because I really feel like there's something about like no teeth or something. Someone has no teeth. And now I'm thinking they all have teeth. Okay, that's okay. So just keep in mind, all right? This is nothing urgent. I don't feel a sense of like be afraid or like there's nothing like that, right? Um, because I'm trying to like look at it like is it like in pain or something? Like no, I don't see that. I don't know if okay, maybe I'm misinterpreting it and I wonder, does Carson vomit up food because he eats them too quickly? Because he doesn't chew them and he just like swallows them. You know? That's what I'm thinking. Like they are old so they still have teeth. One of them had an infected tooth a while ago. Okay, we could be getting like cross messages. Sometimes what happens is I have like one incident, but it's like kind of diverging into like two different messages. I really think someone has a habit of scarfing down food. It could be reflected in the way that they vomit up like food that's not digested, or just to keep watch about this teeth thing because it's not going away. And if it were a mistake, it would have shown itself differently by now. But the fact that it hasn't makes me think like just be aware of that. It could be also a sign of like, oh, for Carson's dental health, like, you know, just take care of it right now so that he doesn't have to have that issue long term, you know? Maybe all he needs is a little bit of like just a check, you know? Um, but yeah. So I don't think it's anything to be worried about too much. Okay. He does sometimes, yeah. So I think it's like a little bit of like he loves the food because anytime I go back to him, I'm back at the food. Okay. So let me think now. What else do you want to talk about, Carson? Okay. Oh, so I was already one of the dogs scarfs up food. I'll keep an eye on it though. Okay, perfect, right? So what's happening is I feel like he's both showing me things about himself and spilling tea. Because, okay, this is what he showed me. Carson was showing me protective energy. Like it reminds me of like Oh, he's like the officer. So I wonder if with like the two dogs, would you understand why he's coming through as like the officer? And I know that cats do this all the time where they kind of smack someone, but would you understand if it's like I don't know if he smacks the other two dogs or keeps them in place or something like he's the protector to an extent. Like it's not giving mean. It's not like a I hate them. It's more like I keep things in line. I keep everybody in check. So would you understand this about Carson? By the way, is anybody here in chat that's submitted a photo? Could you message the chat now? Just so I know if anybody's still here. If not, and y'all are just chilling, that's fine. I'm just checking because I'm like, I want to make sure, like, that I got people or I don't got people. He definitely has that personality of kind of being in charge. Yeah. He sees himself as like a protector. Um, and so I know like that exact photo, right? Where he's kind of that posture, I feel like that's his posture when he's rubbing against someone's legs. And so then I start seeing you standing up, and then he's like kind of rubbing against you while you're standing up also. Um, but he feels more like a protector. It's so funny. Not to say that he's not your baby, but he feels like a protector, you know? Just know that there's a certain like okay, I wonder if sometimes you wonder if he came into your life for a reason also, you know? Because the feeling that I get from Carson is almost like I protect you, you protect me. We go through each other's chapters of lives together, and I'm here for you. Doesn't mean I'm not your son. It's just like in comparison to earlier when I was talking to Donna, this feels a lot like a protective energy. Um, and he does look out for the family in his own way. And okay. Um so I'm seeing okay, he showed me something yellow very quickly. I couldn't even catch what it was. Um but there was something yellow and then I saw him run to like a higher post by a window and there's something like oh, it's about to rain outside. So it's interesting because I wonder if like like with when you're a cat, the good thing is not it's not like you're always protecting against like something crazy, right? But something like I wonder if he like updates you. So almost like pay attention to that because sometimes he updates you like, "Oh, mom, it's about to rain." And he might make his little sounds like chirping sounds or trilling sounds to be like, "Brr, brr," and it's like it's raining outside or something, like as an update. So I really see him like by the window when it's like about to rain, and then I'm like, I'm going down from the post and I'm going to report to someone. And then I'm getting him by leaves also. So, okay, this is an interesting one. Does he ever roll around or roll over and then he's outside, he's rolled over, he belly up, and I feel like there's leaves all around him. So I don't know if sometimes he has a habit of like playing with things in nature or something like that. Um, yeah. The vibe is something like, oh, I'm playing with like the random leaves that are kind of around. I'm going to do that little thing that cats do when they push things around. That makes sense. Okay, beautiful. Um, okay. All right, let me get some cards for him then. Oh, okay. He's funny. Okay, so Five of Pentacles in reverse. Huh. So, okay, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, when I think of this card, um, So it was distracting me because I'm using clearly like a different deck and there are cats on it, right? The Five of Pentacles typically is a card denoting like not having enough of something. Um, oh, okay, sorry. He rolls on his back. Yeah. He likes the belly up thing. He reminds me so much of my cat. They're like the same. He doesn't stay outside for long, but we bring him catnip leaves and things to play with. Yeah, like I love that he's just like, I don't know if that's like one of his favorite games. It's just like kind of, like when cats smack things around. Um, but that's what he's showing me. Okay, as a personality, right? The Five of Pentacles here. I wonder, does he have a partner in crime? I know you mentioned two dogs, but the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So, two things, right? One is I wonder if in the past there was a time when, and I hope this isn't too frank, either either there wasn't enough resources at the time. So I wonder if he's being a little bit more spoiled now than he was before. I don't know if that makes sense. Because the Five of Pentacles is typically like fluctuations in finances. So an example would be, oh yeah, I remember like back then we had dry food and now I get a little bit of treats or something, you know? And it's nothing bad, he's just saying it. And I think that he's someone who prefers a little bit of like the luxury. Because when I think of Five of Pentacles is like having nothing. In the reverse, it would be having more. So again, maybe it's like a little bit of like, I love the food, a little bit greedy with the food, but it's because like, I don't know, he's having fun with it. Something like we have more now than we did before, you know? Or maybe there are more treats now than before. Um, now I also wonder, he's indicating some form of a change. Something changed. And he's bringing that to your attention as to how he prefers this change for the better. So I wonder if there was a period in the past where, like, I don't know if he was alone or, yeah, sometimes you give him wet food. Yeah, you give him wet food now, and that's a luxury for him. Well, he prefers it. I'm not saying you should give it to him. I'm saying he prefers it because of course he does. Um but this vibe is kind of like there was a time when I was alone, I didn't have as much of a connection with the other dogs or I was alone or so, I don't know what it is, but there's something about like circumstances were different, but now it's not like that anymore. And it could just be a difficult time. It could have been like an emotionally draining time for you, but it's like he's just saying like things are different, things are better, you know? Um what does he want? The judgment card is here. I heard two things. One is I don't know if sometimes like he feels like he's the one disciplining the other pets in the house. I'm not saying again, it's it's not a dig, like he's a cat. Like he sometimes will try to get his way, right? But I think sometimes this is giving off the vibe of like I don't know if sometimes he got blamed for something that other pets did or something like, yo, you gotta discipline them, you know? I'm not saying you should. I'm saying like he might think of things that way, because the energy of this is kind of like everybody else is kind of naughty, and I don't think he's not naughty. I think he just likes to put like other pets in their place, to be honest. Because he's a little strict, but like according to his own rules, essentially. Um, yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that in terms of like what he wants. I'll say it this way. Um, okay. I do think like what we said earlier about the tooth thing, I think pay attention to it. Again, it could be something small, right? So I remember when my dog was a puppy and one of my friends gave me a little mini read and she was like, just pay attention to it, like his stomach stuff, right? And I think at the time it was like his food, it just wasn't like the best for him. He wasn't getting enough nutrients. So there was nothing that was an emergency, but we essentially found out that like he was better off with something else, right? So it could be something like that. But I think the vet thing, like pay attention to it. Yes, the dogs get in trouble, they are naughty. Yeah, he's like, girl, he's like, girl, why I gotta raise these dogs? I'm joking, you know, like he's just joking. Like, I think again, it's like we're giving our little babies, which are essentially babies, who think like babies. We're giving them the chance to communicate. It's no surprise to me that they would communicate this. You know, are they capable of being smarter than that? Absolutely. But also, you know, like they also will have troubles like, damn, the dogs are kind of a lot sometimes. I gotta raise them, you know? um, so I was like, what do we do about it then? Uh, I think this is treats because this is withholding treats. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying I think this is something like he likes when someone does treat training. But my question is, do you also train him with treats? Because it wouldn't surprise me if he might like that also. And if he's like, yeah, I kind of want to be trained with the dogs. Go train the dogs, train me too. We all got to be trained, you know? He's giving me like the sass of like, you know, train them to be less naughty so I don't have to deal with it. He's so funny. Um, he loves them. It's just like, you know, it's like, damn, we're different vibes, we're different energy. They're just being kids, basically. Uh, oh, if you're wondering, I'm just waiting for chat because I know sometimes there's a delay. Your son gives him treats. Yeah, I think he likes it. I genuinely, I think if you were to try to get him to do some tricks, he would like it. Like, so for my cats can do tricks, but not all of them. Um, they do up. I give them the treats like this, and they're like up. You know, that's about it. Like for all three of them, that's about it. But like one, no, maybe two, I think, of the cats, like I have taught shake. So like they put their paw here, but you kind of because one of my cats like she wants to grab the treat, right? So I'm like, let's take advantage. So I put the treat here and I'm like, shake or paw or something. I forgot, but like I'll do that and she'll put her paw here. So with cats, you kind of have to trick them a little bit. But I think if you do like the up, um, you might like it. You're trying to train the dog to just listen to you so you can give him a treat if he goes outside a potty, and Carson follows the dog outside for a treat. That is so funny. See, he's like, he's like, I want the treat. If he's not gonna do a good job, I will. You know? He's so funny. He's hilarious. Oh my gosh. But no wonder. So I think he's also just narrating. So a part of it, from what I'm learning from you guys and the pets that we have talked to today, is that a part of it is just them snitching. They're just narrating their day and their experiences. They're not necessarily complaining and being like, get this dog out of here. It's not like that. It's just more like, I'm kind of also just narrating what you're already doing, you know? So that's so cute. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for letting me read for him. And thank you guys so much for letting me read for all of you. That was so much fun. Carson is a better listener than the dogs. He knows. Trust me, he knows. Even his attitude is like that, and I can sense it. He's like, I know. I know I'm a better listener than the dogs. uh, oh, that's so random, but Kristen, you have a connection to some fish? For some reason, this is giving me the vibe of like goldfish. Or does someone here have a connection to goldfish? Thank you as well. And you're welcome. This has been so much fun. I don't get to practice like pet readings that much with random people because like most of it I read my friends' dogs, like and you kind of know too much. So it's often a lot better when you know nothing about the pets, you know? You love to hear what everyone's pets had to say. Yeah, they're so funny. I think what I love the most is seeing all the different personalities and seeing how like like they're the same but different. And also we had all cats tonight. So everybody's cats were cats. They think they're better than dogs. I'm kidding. No, everybody's cats acted like cats, but also everybody's cats were very particular about, what they wanted. No, we don't have fish. That's okay. So, for some reason, I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on. Maybe it's someone else here. But I'm just letting you all know that I started picking up on someone having goldfish or just because what I'm seeing is someone having a fish tank or like an aquarium. And that was super random, but very specific and it's not going away. Um, yeah, I'm actually gonna check, like, I'm checking Instagram. That's why I'm on pause for a second. 'Cause I'm trying to see. Okay, just making sure. Like, I'm sure I think someone had messaged me, but like I didn't get the photo, so I think we're gonna move on for pets for the night. And essentially what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm going to be doing a reading on Rosé from BLACKPINK. Kristen, I usually offer them during my Illuminate reading. So the Zoom reading is where I offer pet readings. But I was thinking of doing that, but it's probably going to be something like, because it's not separate and currently it's the same as the Zoom reading. But I was thinking of like making a separate reading that's like partially tarot, partially psychic insights, same as all my other readings. So, I'll think about it. Excuse me. Oh, Jonna, you recently cleaned out fish tanks at work. I will take that because that came through, the fish came through, I think around the time that you had messaged again in the chat. So it's like, oh, now I'm just randomly seeing animals then. Let me see if there's anything about the fish then. Um, so I'm seeing the fish and they're all gravitating towards one side. And I think there's something about light. Is it good or bad though? I think it's something. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, if this works this way, but it's something. The vibe is kind of like I like the lights because it's interesting to look at, but it's fatiguing, makes me tired because it's too stimulating. If the lights are always on, it's like I feel so drawn to the light, but if you don't turn it off, I'm gonna get tired. I don't know if that makes sense. Um, which by the way, if you clean fish tanks at work, do you work in a vet's office? Because are you the one that I was seeing earlier? Oh no, because you mentioned you have rescues. You're probably working in like an adoption type of or like an animal rescue then, maybe. So that makes sense that I was seeing someone like I was thinking medical, but I was really getting the vibe of like it's something to do with animals and caring for animals. I guess sometimes it's a little medical. This makes me wonder if like is it like my internet and I have like really bad internet? Um, because sometimes something like this will happen where it's like I'm waiting for chat to move. And again, by the way, it's all fine if you guys are just taking time to reply. It makes me wonder though if it's like, am I the problem? No. You don't work at a vet myself, but you rescue cats in your spare time and work in charity shops. Ah, so someone donated fish tanks because they gave their fish new ones. Oh, oh, okay. I don't know what it is. All I know is that there's. So I wonder if you're gonna have some fish coming in then. I'll leave it with you because there were fish in that tank. And I don't know if that means like, oh, the previous owners of the tank were goldfish. But I think just keep an open mind for that message. It might be coming through to you for a reason. To something like if they have like fish that are gonna be, at the charity shop, that they might there's something about the lighting. Um, but that makes a lot of sense. It's the fish tanks. Ah, I love that. That's so cool that you do that, by the way. Um, I think that's awesome. I think a lot more people should do that. Um, in my country, it's a little bit tough because I don't know, like it's like not a lot of attention is being placed on things like animal rescue. So for the most part, it's DIY for me. Like we have fostered cats. Actually, the cats that I have now, all of them were also like rescued. Um, yeah, like it was just like we kind of had to do that ourselves, and it's really tough, when you're having to deal with everything yourself. But I just feel very fortunate and lucky because I love my little babies, and I feel like it was almost like fate a little bit that they did survive because it was really like tough situations. But I'm glad it's not easy to foster. It's not easy to work with charity and rescue, but I'm happy for you and so proud for you. So proud of you that you do that. And hey, maybe we'll get famous enough one day, right? We got a big stream. We could do readings for charity. That's like genuinely, I'm manifesting. This is gonna happen. I'll make sure it happens one day. But I would love to do shit like that, Um, because I think streaming is cool, but also like, what can we do with it? And I think that's one of the ways to get people to come together and fight for something together. So, yeah. All right, you guys, I'm going to be doing a reading on Rosé from Blackpink. I know some of y'all probably want to get on with your day also. Um, Interesting, thank you. We recently had birds fly in our shop as well in the back. So we had to help them out. So many animals' energy coming through right now, maybe. Yeah, like I think genuinely the fishes, when you messaged, that was like right there. So I know that that's a huge part of it. But yeah, that's super interesting. I'm going to do a reading on Rosé from Blackpink. Thank you guys so much. If you want to chill, that's fine. If you want to leave, that's all right too. I'm mostly recording this reading for YouTube's. And if you have any suggested celebrities or things you want me to do a reading on, I'm giving you guys priority in this chat. If you're like, hey, can you read the celebrity? For true crime stuff, I don't know if I can, I don't know. Suggest it, we'll see. But if you're like, oh, can you read the celebrity? Comment it in the chat now, or later, because I'll see it and I'll remember it for next time. Um, and then that will be our celebrity spotlight. Okay. Now I'm on a time crunch because this light is gonna go out. Actually, let me turn iPad off because I gotta get something. Okay. Oh, I do. Okay, perfect. So we have to say goodbye to the cat cards, unfortunately. Oh, actually, let me pull up my little celebrity screen. We're gonna be in YouTube mode. Just kidding. By the way, have a great day for everybody who's here. Have a great day, have a great night, wherever you are. You want to chill? Just chill. Watch the reading. You want to go? All good too. Everything's great. But, hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a reading on Rosé from BLACKPINK. So, let's see what's going on with Rosé. Okay. So general energy of her love life, and general energy for her career life here. So we have the Page of Pentacles here, all right? Immediately what I'm thinking of is someone who's trying to learn the ways of her industry, someone who is trying to figure out the best opportunities for herself. I could see Rosé investing a lot of time or spending a lot of time on, I would say, like people, situations, and learnings that could help boost her career. So this would be equivalent to like surrounding yourself with the right people to boost your career moving forward. She could be dealing with an earth sign, or maybe she's an earth sign, so that would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, or Gemini energy here as well. But I'm seeing a lot of like financial opportunities. So I see Rosé being quite focused on financial opportunities. Could be education or like learning something, like learning a skill. Could be something about her financial stability. But I see her essentially like working on the opportunities at hand to improve and grow what she already has. And you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing slow and steady still leads to success. So I hear that with Rosé. It's like, I wonder if she has seen some other people get boosted to fame, but almost like she's okay with where she's at because she knows that slow and steady still leads to success. I see her possibly working on her physical health as well at this time and really trying to focus on her own stability. She's doing great. For love, love is the Seven of Cups. This is fantasy. This is like I'm open to opportunities, but I'm also just like keeping myself open-minded. I'm not judging what's going on. I'm just going with the flow. So I don't think there's anybody necessarily in her love life because the Three of Cups is like having fun, social events, and celebration. Okay. For career, we have the Lover's card in reverse. So this is always like indicative of someone reassessing their career goals. It could be that she's thinking of splitting up from someone contractually, a group contractually, or there is a contract that needs to be renewed, that needs to be figured out. Maybe she's thinking of going independent or solo. Now, I think that there's some stuff going on. Like, I don't know how the workings are of the celebrities, so you'll have to figure it out or tell me in the comments. But I essentially see Rosé focusing on her own thing and trying to figure out what is the balance that works best for me career-wise that doesn't overextend or become overly generous to other people or what others want me to do. So I just see her trying to focus on herself basically and on what works for her instead of always thinking about what works for or what works best for everybody else. Okay? I also think that, again, like I said, this could be her trying to go independent or solo, but I also think that she's already kind of doing that right now. So she could be trying to do something on her own. The Death card is here. I really think that there's some sort of an ending or reassessment of career goals that she's going through right now. This could be a very quick reading, because I also have to go soon. But let's see generally what is coming to her, what's coming to Rosé in the future. So general energy, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, okay? She's a very resilient person, and I essentially see her like the hard work that she is putting into her career right now is exactly where she needs to be. And this is a very good idea for her because nothing's going to get her down, you know, as opposed to if she were to have achieved like a shooting star type of success. I think she would have struggled if that were the case. I'm not saying she's not successful, by the way. I'm talking about this in relation to her perception of her own success, you know? Because I think that she wants to be even more successful than where she is now, but she kind of feels like those plans are moving much too slow to her liking, right? But the hard work that she's putting into things right now are actually helping her long term. And I'm also getting that some of you in chat should listen to this, right? The things you're learning now, even though it doesn't sound like it is exciting, it sounds boring, it's not what you want, it's actually helping you get to where you want to go. And it's helping you because just like anything else in life, sometimes there are disappointments, things that don't go according to plan. But because you already went through the learning and trial and error processes now, whenever these things come, you're like, I'm flicking this off my shoulder. I don't even care, you know? So that's what I see the energy being for Rose long term, which is that I see her having learned from experiences and heartbreaks, and whatever it is that's coming her way is so easy to handle and deal with, you know? And I could also see that this is going to allow her to fully pursue career opportunities with much more ease. Not just career. Let's say it's not just career. Let's say it's also about aesthetic improvement, it's about bodily improvement, it's about money, it could be about earthly. When I say earth, I think of like physical things we like to do, skills we like to improve. Whatever it is she's trying to pursue is gonna be easier the next time around because she already did the hard part now. Okay? Now, we're talking about love and how she's essentially in her socialization aspect right now. The Ace of Swords is in reverse here. And the Sun card. Honestly, I think she's gonna have to maintain her peace by deciding that some relationships are not worth going into or going back to. And I feel like she's gonna continue this energy of like, I'm just gonna have fun, do my own thing, continue to be single. But I actually feel like this is what's best for her right now, also. Because from what I'm seeing here with the Ace of Swords reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse is kind of like little to no contact. It's also setting a boundary and cutting some people off sometimes. The Sun is all about happiness. So whatever it is she's doing, it's actually helping her pursue her own happiness long term, you know? And almost like she's happier without the drama. So I could see her maybe hanging out with more people and just like vibing, you know, kind of going out. I actually randomly saw Selena Gomez, but I think, is she the one? I can't remember. Is Rose the one that people kind of dub as like, if you have a picture with Rose, you're gonna end up breaking up with someone? I don't remember which one it was. I think it was a BLACKPINK member. I'll have to look it up later, or you guys can tell me in the comments or chat. But my point being, I feel like she's a lot happier around other people, but also just you know, randomly I started thinking of again Selena Gomez or Taylor Swift even, and I don't know if she's the one that hangs out with people in Hollywood a lot more. But anyway, like her life is going to continue. She's going to keep on living. She's going to continue having fun, and it's an adventure for her. And a lot of it is because she decided some connections or relationships are not worth having. Okay, now for career. What do we see coming her way? Temperance card reverse again. This doesn't suit me anymore. I don't want to be in partnership with this person anymore. I don't want to be involved in the situation anymore. So I just see her reassessing things and maybe cutting away people or situations that no longer fit her career. This can also be something as simple as, oh, I fired my manager, or I fired my assistant or something. So we might not even know about it because it could be something that is happening behind the scenes. But almost like this is a good decision, to be honest. Three of Pentacles tells me that she's going to be a lot more stable if she does this. She'll be a lot more like stable or feel in control in the long term. Okay, now let's look at what kind of projects we see her getting into next. I actually, you know what? Let's do a charm for this. Okay. Since we did charms anyway, what type of project do we see Rosé having next? Okay, so isn't that so funny that the drink charm literally popped up? I'm not gonna move it, but that's the drink. We just talked about that earlier. Can I zoom into this? I'm actually going to adjust. Oh, here we go. Well, I'll have to adjust if you can't see anything. But the drink charm is here. So again, not necessarily a project, but more activity in her social life. The letters D and E could end up being relevant, so she could be hanging out with celebrities, people, you know, in her social network that have those initials. DE also makes me think of like German, like Deutschland, or like Denmark. So maybe something to do with Europe for some reason. Okay, now the drinks could also be that she's doing a lot more publicity in relation to parties and social events. I really feel like one of the things that she's learning is that networking is key, and that, yeah, you know, we need to do like songs and all that, but like the people you know and being seen around those people is as important of a business decision as the projects you're making. And with the drink charm here, it could also be that that relates to a song, that there's something about, you know, like pour a drink or something like that, party, whatever, something like that. We have Tuesday here as well. Okay. You know what else? This drink, I can get it now because it's like we've already done it. But it's green, so it makes me think of absinthe as well. Is that from a particular country? Because if it is, like, that's, you know, maybe there's a connection to that. But anyway, or I started thinking tequila lime. Maybe there's something about a project connected to liquor or a drink. Okay. So now we have the red flower in March. We also have Pisces here. Okay, so red flowers always make me think of passion, excitement, and then what do you know? I just flipped over this horse, and of course, it's also a red horse. Wait, red horse in the Philippines is like a drink, like it's alcohol. So again, maybe there's something to do with like maybe not necessarily an alcoholic beverage, maybe something about a beverage, an advertisement connected to that. Okay, but what do you call this? Like freaking red energy is Mars energy that is like excitement, that's anger, that's courage, that's party, that is like being forward thinking. So I wonder if she's going to have a project that connects to that. I started thinking of the fact that it's the year of the fire horse this year. So I wonder if maybe there are just red themes or fire themes in a project she's having in the future. This is making me think of like blooming. I'm blooming, it's spring, it's fresh energy, it's a new beginning, and a new persona, even an alter ego, a new chapter of my life. Even though this is a cloud, this almost feels like it's coming after this cloudy period, you know? So I wonder if Rose has been kind of like her identity or her branding has been lost for a little bit or just kind of behind the scenes. Maybe she was confused. Again, what we see may not necessarily be what they're feeling, right? So maybe we think it's fine, but for her, maybe she's been feeling a little bit lost about like, what do I want? Who am I really? Because if you look at this, it's also on top of the sun being your sense of self, your ego, who you are, your personality. So I just see her blossoming into this red energy, which is all about that fiery energy, that go getter, that ambitious person. Wouldn't surprise me if she comes out with a new hairstyle, a new look, to emphasize the change in her era or energy. Even the drink here, a lot of these are very forward energy. The only one that doesn't belong is the cloud. Because the cloud is fog, confusion, and uncertainty. But I think if she's able to break through from that, then these projects are going to give her something much more different. Red and green could also be something coming around December or Christmas time. And this one is also sort of a toy. Nah, even if I read it that way, even if I read this as a children's toy, the energy of the red horse is still making me think of like fiery energy rather than, like a child's toy. It doesn't make sense in that context. So again, this feels more like her rediscovering her true identity and essentially being brave enough to be like, I'm just gonna be who I am. I'm just gonna be my own person, even though that's a little wild. I'm gonna be a wild horse to an extent, right? So that is what I am seeing. Oh, so we have DE, we have Aquarius energy, possibly the month of February. Also March here and Pisces. And then I mentioned possibly December, which is also Sagittarius, which actually connects a little bit with like I personally connect out with horses also. If not horses, maybe it's something to do with fast energy. So that reminds me of like race cars or a car in general. So maybe some endorsements or advertisements that relate to that, you know? Um, but yeah, I think a new side of her is coming out and she's revealing a much more rebellious side of her soon. So that is it for this reading. Thank you so much. If you want to suggest any more celebrity readings, make sure to comment or chat. I'm gonna be leaving soon, so make sure to comment in one of my other videos. But thank you for being here, stream. It was great. It was so awesome. We're coming up on 3 hours. We're at 2:46. That's crazy. I was like, this is gonna be such a quick stream, and we're like at 2:46, 2 hours 46. That's crazy. Um, but thanks for being here. I think this was awesome. I don't know when next stream is gonna be yet, but I'm trying to just maintain things and I don't know. We'll see. But this was really fun. I really enjoyed the collaborative nature of this, interactive nature of this also. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Um, if you want to book a more personal reading, come book a reading with me at mediumisabella.com. I have same day readings available on my website or in the description box below. Gotta record that YouTube outro. you know? All right. Bye, everybody. We're gonna be ending stream, and I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are.